Almighty morning. Welcome in, welcome in. Oh, wow, we have people popping in already. It's you. You popped in. That's
Yes,
cool.
I'm watching on YouTube and Facebook just to make sure it's working.
Yep. Hello, Luong. Luong is from China. And Luong, I will be starting to translate into other languages, and Chinese will be one of the first ones. I'm not sure which of the Chinese I'm going to send it to, but
Nice.
welcome, welcome. This is Cheri, and she's going to introduce herself, but I have met her at markets and she has such lovely energy. So I want to make sure you guys got to meet her as well. So go ahead.
Hi. Thank you, Julie. Thanks for having me on Love Riot Warriors. My name is Cheri Arellano. I'm an energy healer. I'm also a starseed and a starseed coach. And I also am an alchemist. I make healing tools for your own divine alchemy. I say that they're self healing tools because I really encourage people to do their own self healing with them. Mostly they're essential oils that are infused with crystals. So I do a few different things. And I also host a show here on YouTube called Divine Lunch Hour, as well as the Ascension Sessions. So let's see, I've been on a spiritual journey since about 2001 when I went to Egypt, India, Sri Lanka, Nepal, and received some activations there in the great temples and pyramids. And I was just telling Julie that I ran a green eco-conscious creative agency called Conscious Creative for 25 years with my husband. And we served socially conscious and green companies, and then like nonprofits and, environmental companies. And then in 2012, I had a second awakening and started feeling a new path light up for me, and that was one of healing with people on a more one-on-one basis. So the first 20 years, I was kind of focused on healing the planet and helping the planet because we had our clients sign contracts where they would only use recycled papers and soy-based inks and things like that. So we had a very eco-conscious focus. And then I felt like my next awakening was going to be more around helping people one-on-one through healing. And I had some experiences in Mount Shasta where my hands lit up, and that's how I found out I was a healer. And I did a mystery school for 3 years to learn about my own divinity, learn how to meditate, learn how to connect to our auras, our biofields, and learned several healing modalities such as Reiki, the emotion code, EFT tapping. And ultimately, I found two modalities. One is called quantum psionics, and out of that was born another modality called the crystalline healing light. And both of them are similar but different. Quantum means non local, right? So we can access information, emotions non locally, which means energetically. And psionics means the power of the mind to direct a thought, an intention, or a signal. And so when we tap into our innate energy, our innate wisdom, we can intend for things to be so just through the power of our mind and our words and our intention. So that's a little bit about how the work goes. It's an infusion of all kinds of different healing tools, and it was developed in Brazil in 2012. And my teacher is in Portugal, so I can share a little bit more about that with you if you want. But that was kind of my part of my awakening journey. I started my YouTube channel in 2017, and I started interviewing people on the topic of ascension And so I went to the Conscious Life Expo and I interviewed Billy Carson, Tracy Stash, Lori Spagna, a bunch of different leaders, asking them what their definition of ascension was, because it was like the East meets the West, and we had the Christian definition of ascension, but I wanted to learn also about the spiritual definition of ascension. And at the time, it was still kind of new and coming out, and people were like, "What is ascension? What is starseed? What is?" So it definitely opened up a lot of doors for me, both physically and spiritually, and as well as my awakening in 2013, where I learned about life on other planets, ETs, UFOs, star seeds, that whole arena too. So I've got one foot in that arena and one foot in the energy healing space as well.
Great. And you have been many places, right? You have traveled the world, would you say? Or
I mean, compared to some, I would say no, but compared to others, yes. So I guess it just depends. In 2001, I went to Nepal for 2 weeks, Egypt for 2 weeks, India for 7 weeks, and Sri Lanka for 2 weeks. And that whole trip was kind of like a catalyst for my awakening. And it was also a calling that I was listening to, where I was just being led by spirit. I had no particular agenda other than to take photos because I do photography. Um, and to really fully explore the culture of India and yoga, because I was a yogini. I was doing yoga like 4 days a week, and I was very much into the Iyengar practice and stuff like that. And I actually, when I landed in India, which was the first place, I went to the Mahakumbha Mela, which is the world's largest spiritual religious festival. And millions of people come from all over the world to that event to sit with gurus and sadhus and philosophize about, what is the meaning of life. So I lived in an ashram for 3 weeks, and the guru took me under his wing as like his personal photographer, because I had my camera. I was taking pictures everywhere. And so when he would go sit with these other sadhus and gurus, he would take me with him into their tents in the mela. It's a 5 square kilometer mela full of dust, smoke from all the fires. They're spraying DEET every day to keep the mosquitoes at bay. I mean, it's like chaos amidst love. Good morning, everyone who's joining.
yeah. Now Kevin is asking. Kevin is in New York. Those are pretty powerful places. What was the feeling like?
Ugh, in India, at the Kumbh Mela particularly, it was amazing. I mean, like I said, it was chaos mixed with beauty and awe, and just to see millions of people in this 5 kilometer square, all there for spirituality. And people came from all over the country and all over the world. And on the final day of the Mela, because I think it's 12 days, if I remember correctly, or maybe 7, it's been so long, I can't remember. There's a spot where 3 rivers converge, right? And it's considered to be a sacred place because when Sita and Ram and the honey fell out of the pot into the river, like that's the sacred spot. So on the final day, everybody descends into this river at the same time. So you can imagine being, in this river with rushing water and chaos and many people, and it's freezing. But everybody was pretty excited to be there for sure.
And so, did it resonate with you? Is what Jess is asking. I would imagine you'd feel a deep resonance in these places.
Yeah, I did. I did feel a deep resonance in India and Nepal and Sri Lanka, really, but and also Egypt. Being in the temples definitely felt familiar, if you will. And it was kind of cool because in India, like at the time, like my hair was really short and it was dark, and I was a lot thinner and younger, and people thought I was Indian. And every country I went to, I could pass for a native, so it was kind of nice. We made a lot of friends, and people kind of took us under their wing and kept us safe. So it was a really lovely experience.
Did you find the meaning of life?
Did I find the meaning of life? It's funny. I don't think so, but it was a pretty profound trip because I was supposed to go with my best friend for 3 weeks to the Mela and come back. And she bailed on me at the last minute. So I had, my tickets purchased, I had money saved up, I quit my job, and she bailed on me. And I was like, well, I guess I'm going to India by myself with to this ashram where I don't know anyone. And so I went, and there were other Westerners there. So it wasn't like I was the only one, but I didn't know anyone. And that was a profound experience on its own. 3 weeks later, my then roommate, whose mother was taking care of my dog, um, emails me and says, I'm coming to India. And I was like, what? And he said, yeah, I'm coming to India. Because when I left, we were roommates, but we were also like starting a relationship and not sure if it was going to continue because I was leaving. And then I was moving to San Francisco, and this all happened in LA. And he ended up coming out in the third week. We met in Varanasi on the Ganges River, and we ended up extending our trip, and it became 4 months. And at the end of it, we said, man, if we can travel together in the most chaotic places in the world for 4 months and not want to kill each other, I guess we're meant to be together.
Oh,
So it was life changing from that perspective because he's my husband, and we just celebrated our 20th year anniversary.
congratulations on that.
Thank you.
You did find it, the meaning of life, is what Kevin is saying.
Yeah, you're so welcome, Kevin. Yeah, it was a pretty amazing trip. And I thought I would go back. I thought, oh, I'll be back in 5 years. And here it's been 25 years and I haven't been back yet.
Well,
But someday.
yeah, I was going to say divine timing.
Yeah.
It's not right yet.
Mhm.
And been in Turkey inside places. There is just a magic. That's Victor from Sweden.
Hi, Victor. How are you?
And I told her that you're going to come in today and talk about Starseed. So she's ready for that. And Jess is saying
Hi,
love,
Carly.
eliminating, and fear experience. I'm not sure what the question on the experience part is, but maybe did you experience all of it? We know that you did experience the love. That is just a
Yeah, I definitely experienced love there. And it was so cool because I was reading Gandhi's autobiography on the trains. So, you take trains everywhere. So we started in the north, and then we worked our way over to the west to went to Agra, and then down the whole west coast, and we ended up in Mumbai, and then eventually all the way down to the tip of India, Trivandrum. And we did all that via train, and I was reading his autobiography on the train, and it was just so magical because it really like immersed me in the culture of India and helped me better understand the struggle that they went through for their independence. It was illuminating in that aspect. I didn't really experience fear there. I didn't have any fear. There was one time we were in some town waiting for the train, and there were all these women at the train station, and it was one of their festivals of light. You know, they do pujas and they have different holidays, and I forget the name of it, but it's one of the famous ones that happens in the early part of the year, maybe February. And so the train finally arrives, and all these hundreds of women get on the train, and I get on the train, and my husband's like, "There's no room for me. I can't. I'll meet you at the next town." And he like takes a step back, and all the women like pushed him up on the train, and then like 20 more people got in the train, which was crazy. And that, I would say that was the only moment of fear I had, was when, the possibility that we were going to be separated, and then he was going to get on the next train and I wouldn't see him for hours.
Oh,
Because this was before cell phones, this was before tech, there was no way to communicate other than email, and that was if you found an internet cafe. So it was pretty chaotic, but it was just funny because when you see those images of, people hanging out on the roof of the train and the side of the train and the doorway, like that's true. That happens in India.
wow.
So it was pretty fun. It was fun and exciting, but yeah, no fear there at all. It was quite beautiful.
And this is Harley.
Hi,
Um,
Harley. How are you?
when you were in India, did you look into the palm leaf records?
No,
Similar
I
to,
haven't heard of those. I haven't heard of those. Similar to the Akashic records. That's very interesting. Maybe she can share a little bit about those.
yeah, Harley. Yep. And and Victor says yes, he wants more starseed things. Michelle, I hope you've made it on
Well,
as
whenever you're
well.
ready to switch gears, I'll let you lead the way, Julie.
Okay. Now I'm just love all the questions that are being popped up and all the information. Letitia, let's see. Hello, Letitia. Welcome in. And this is Cherie. Uh, Divine Light Codes is her channel. I mean, her website
My
and everything
brand.
else. Now, you had mentioned, and I typed it in the chat. The now I have to go back to it. The lunch,
Divine Lunch Hour.
divine lunch hour. Now, you said there was one other one that you do.
Yes, the Ascension Sessions. So I started the channel with the name The Ascension Sessions, and it was mostly about the topic of ascension. So there's tons of interviews on there. People can go and watch, where I interview a lot of spiritual leaders on the topic of ascension. What does it mean to them? Where are we headed as a collective? Starting back in like 2017, I believe. And then I kind of took a break, and I was doing the shows in the evening, and I realized it was more feasible for me to do them during the daytime. So then I started the Divine Lunch Hour, where I would do like a shorter format, 1 hour show with a few people. So, I do a lot of things, and YouTube can't always be my first priority, unfortunately.
Well,
But there is some good content on there for anyone who would like to subscribe to my channel. It's youtube.com/ at Divine Light Codes.
we actually have a QR code for that, and I will put it up in the corner as soon as I get the right one here. And I do want to bring up your website as well. And you said your YouTube, right?
Yes.
Okay. So that's the QR code for the YouTube. And I also want to bring up, this is her website. And why don't you tell them about that, the little special you have going on?
Okay, sure. So, for anyone who might be interested in a starseed reading after we talk about it, or an energy healing, even, I'm offering a $15 coupon off of the price that's on my website right now. And this particular page that you're going to land on, Divine Light, Divine Downloads, is also where you can subscribe to my mailing list and then access my freebies. So, in addition to the coupon code, there are 3 freebies on there. There's my healing, high frequency, and calming music playlist. There is a meditation that I've done called the Waterfall of Light. It's a healing meditation. And there is also a prayer that you can download that is used by many, many healers and people who are dealing with any kind of toxic or negativity or, negative energy around you or someone else. If you feel like someone has an attachment, or you feel ill around their energy and they're always negative, you can share this prayer with them. You can say the prayer over them, but it's more helpful if they say the prayer themselves, because it's about the I am affirmations and confirmations that when we speak out loud and we use the throat chakra, which is a powerful portal, we call into fruition those things that we speak. So it's a very powerful prayer. You're welcome to it. All you have to do is subscribe. And the last thing I should mention is that when you subscribe, make sure you look for the confirmation email that says, "Do you really want to subscribe?" And then hit confirm. Because if you don't do that, you won't get all the freebies and the access to the freebies and the code.
And we
So
have,
let me know if you have any questions about that.
and they are, someone has access to QR code. Let's see. So that's great. And just keep doing, I'll leave it up just a little bit longer. What was I going to say? You also have products, is that correct?
That is correct. I have products. And I think when you join my mailing list, you also get like a 10% off coupon for the products in my shop. So I mentioned my alchemy. I make self-healing tools for people. I do a lot of chakra healing work and chakra readings. And so I made 10 essential oil elixirs that are crystal infused. I align the healing properties of the crystals and the oils to work with that particular chakra. So this is what they look like. They're on this stand and they can fall off any second. But so this is the root chakra one called I Am Grounded. There's an affirmation right on the bottle. So you say the affirmation, there's crystals in the bottle. As you can see there, this one has red jasper. And even the roller ball itself is a crystal. So these are roll-on elixirs. You can buy them individually. You can also buy the whole set for 7 chakras or 10 chakras. And there's also another set called the emotional healing, and those are focused more on different emotions. And those look like this. So we have I Am Protected, which is a protection oil. I'm going backwards here, so I'm trying to turn it the right way. This one has black obsidian in the bottle, as well as in the roller ball.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this one is I Am Blessed. This is a blessing oil. It's a self-blessing, self-anointing oil to call in more bliss, happiness. It's also a frequency lifter. This one's made with rose and blue lotus oil, and those are the 2 highest frequency flowers on the planet. So I mix them together to help you raise your frequency if you're feeling down in the dumps or exhausted or tired. You can use it to lift your mood, lift your frequency. This one is I Am Rested. This is for sleep. This helps you sleep. It's got vetiver, lavender, all the sleep oils, and amethyst crystal in the bottle.
Wow.
And these are all therapeutic grade. I use doTERRA essential oils as the main essential oils, and coconut oil is the carrier oil. I Am Confident is It's like an ego booster. It works with your solar plexus with tiger's eye in the bottle. So this one's great for people who maybe they have a lot of wisdom and knowledge to share, but they have a hard time being seen and heard, and they're still kind of in a meeker, withdrawn place, and they need to come out and stand in their empowerment and their embodiment and speak their truth and share their gifts with the world. So that's a great one for that.
Harley, I might have to get that for your birthday present.
So there's a a lot. There's 6 oils in the emotion collection, and there's 10 in the chakra collection, and they're all wonderful. They all smell great, and they all do different things. There's also the I Am Blessed collection, which includes a blessing spray. This one, the I Am Blessed Blue Lotus and Rose spray with rose quartz in the bottle. And then there's a duo where you can get the body oil. This is amazing. It's Blue Lotus Rose and Amber body oil with rose quartz crystals in the bottle. And you just rub it all over yourself after you take a shower, and it smells amazing. And then the oil itself comes in 2 forms. It comes in a roller and a dropper bottle. So you can put this in a diffuser or in your bathtub or directly on your skin. So a lot of options for that. There's duos and trios, or you can buy things individually as well.
Okay, on the 10 chakras, what are the additional 3 chakras other than the 7 main chakras?
Oh, it's a good question. And did you know we have over 100 chakras? Most people don't know that, so I like to share that tip.
Yes, thank you.
So the 3 additional ones, I can go get them if you'd like, but it's the Zeal Point chakra, which is back here. It's the back of the neck. It's these 3 other chakras Julie's asking about are not attached or in the physical body. They're kind of right outside of it. So the Zeal Point chakra is back here. It's at the base of the skull. It's called the mouth of God, and this is a point that information comes in through the Zeal Point chakra as well as the crown chakra from our spirit guides, our starseed family, whoever's working with us, our angels. And we need to keep this point protected. A lot of times, unfortunately, it's also the place where psychic attacks can come in. If someone's directing negative energy at you, it usually comes in from the Zeal Point chakra. If someone's staring at you from behind, you can usually feel it because it's coming in that way. So we need to keep it protected, and it's why you see a lot of spiritual leaders wearing scarves around their neck, because it offers like an extra layer of protection. And that particular blend is called I Am Ascending, and it's great for protection, but also raising your frequency and getting more in touch with your guides. Okay, so the other one is the Soul Star chakra, which is up here. It's like right above the crown. It is 12 or so inches above the crown, and the blend is called I Am United, and it's about calling in more unity consciousness, more love for everyone, like unconditional love for not only ourselves but everyone. And it's about calling in your worldly tribe, your community, and bringing unity to all of humanity. And it's also another chakra where we connect to God source energy, and the higher dimensions. So it's also great if you're really working with your higher self and you're trying to call in your higher self more and embody your higher self. It's a great oil to work with. And then the third one, Julie, is the Earth Star chakra, and that is located 12 inches, 6 to 12 inches below your feet, the soles of your feet, and it's actually in the ground. So the Earth Star chakra helps you connect to Gaia, to Mother Earth. It helps you call in your tribe. If you're a spiritual leader or a church leader or I don't know, Girl Scouts leader or something at your kid's school and you are having a hard time kind of like creating peace and unity within your community, you can use this oil to help kind of bring everyone together and find the right people, like attract the right people who are in alignment with your tribe, with your energy. And it's also great for grounding. It's like it's called the super root because it's very, very grounding. And so if you're someone who meditates a lot or you're like always up in the ethers, you're always connecting to your guides or there are some people who they're just not grounded. They're scattered and maybe they're always up in the higher dimensions. This oil would be great for you to get grounded or the I am grounded. So there's the I am grounded and the other one is called I am balanced. And this one has red jasper and that one has black obsidian in the bottle. So they're both great. It just depends how much grounding you need. But thank you for the question. Yeah, that's a great question.
Well, I know that a lot of people think different ways. There's 14 main ones, there's 13 main ones, there's 7
Mhm.
main ones. It really depends on where you learned it. Did you learn about the chakras when you went to India? Or did you?
Not in the depth that I have now. So I knew about the chakras in India, but I learned them more recently when I started studying, after 2012. And I do chakra healings and readings in my book. I mean, in my work. So I can, I read people's frequency on a scale of 0 to 100, and 100 means like the birds are singing, the sun is shining, and everything is fantastic and in alignment. And so if your solar plexus chakra is reading at like 50 or 60, it means there's a block there or something is not flowing. So we try to get to the root cause of the emotion that's being held in that chakra and then heal it and call it out and remove it, or infuse it with whatever is missing, whatever emotion needs to be more embodied, if you will. Um, Victor, thanks for the question about the dragon blood. Love, that is a great question. So I get that question a lot, and I just started working with dragon's blood oil. I'm so far have only put it in a room clearing spray. So the I am blessed can be used as a room clearing spray because it's such high frequency. The blue lotus and the rose will clear the energy out of a room. But I made another one specifically for removing negative energy, and that one has dragon's blood, it's got pine oil, it's got frankincense, it's got like 3 kinds of sage in it as well. So I haven't used it in an oil elixir yet. But thank you for the question. I also do custom blends. So if people are like, I really need a blend for XYZ, what I do is I dowse. And so my higher self connects to your higher self. And I dowse and I ask source which essential oils would be in your highest and best good. And then I also dowse for the formula. So I'll ask how many drops of each oil and I get the exact recipe in the formula. And most of the time when I do that, I don't even look at my oil encyclopedias. I'll source the recipe first from source, and then after the fact, I'll go and check the encyclopedia, and it's always spot on. It's amazing.
Great.
I'll go check the books and be like, "Is this good for gout or whatever the thing is?"
Yeah. And Play Love, I'm not sure who you are, Play Love, but if you have a name, please let us know a name you want to go by. Um, Late to the party, I sure need help with grounding so much air.
Mhm.
Again, the links are in the description. I can put up the QR code again. That's fine. Let's see. And but the grounding one, that sounded very familiar to another one of our community that would need that too. Very air.
Mhm.
And so,
I do a really great grounding meditation that people say, "Oh my God, I've never felt so grounded in my life." So, it takes about 30 to 40 minutes, but we can do a mini version of that if people want towards the end.
okay,
Um, because you can do a grounding meditation specifically focused on that. And in fact, I have one on my YouTube channel. So if you go subscribe, where's the link? Over there,
yeah,
you can get the grounding meditation. And I do free meditations a lot on my TikTok live stream. So I spend most of my time on TikTok these days just because I find that it's the most engaging community. So if you subscribe to my TikTok, and you'll get notified when I go live and I do free meditations, or sometimes I'll offer healings and stuff.
okay.
I love this question, Harley. Would you have to clear a room first with sage before using these items, or do you use them on their own? So, first of all, I have a lot to say about that topic. It's one
Okay.
of my pet peeves. I'm going to go get something. I'll be right back.
Great question, Harley. Thank you for that. And I'm going to put up the TikTok one. You have YouTube right now. I'm going to change it up for the TikTok.
Okay, Harley. So, thank you for the question. So, most people, and this is a little bit controversial. So, if it rubs you the wrong way, just let it roll off your back, okay? Like a duck, like a duck's back. So, this is white sage. This is typically what we all know as sage. When you think about what sage was originally used for by the Native Americans, or natives, whatever you want, indigenous peoples, they would use it to call in their ancestors and to work with their ancestors and to get divine downloads or divine wisdom from their ancestors. It wasn't traditionally used to clear out negativity. In modern spirituality, it kind of has become known for that. But in my experience, the only thing that really, really works to clear out negativity, entities, lower frequency entities or energies that are in your home or in your field that don't belong there, the only thing that really works is frankincense resin.
Oh,
So this is frankincense resin. It looks like this. It comes in these little, what are called tiers. And this is what was used by the Catholic priests in the churches on Sunday Mass when thousands of people would come and they needed to clear out all the, attachments. And so what you do is you put it on a charcoal disc. It looks like this, has like a little well in it. And you put 6 tears in there. You light it in a bowl. I have a kit. It comes with these instructions. It tells you how to burn it, and it tells you when you need to smudge with frankincense. So here are some times that you would need to burn frankincense in your home. Negativity is higher than usual in your home or workspace. Your relationships might be filled with anger, frequent bickering, or they just feel negative and toxic. After family, friends, contractors, workers, or strangers have been in your home or personal workspace. Frequent or long lasting illness, frequent occurrences of strange accidents or incidents. And lastly, paranormal activity is present. You might feel cold pockets in your house, unexplained moving objects, shadow sightings, and other strange phenomena. So if you're dealing with something really heavy, please go for frankincense. I just came back I was in Florida for a week, and my home had, pet sitters coming and going. My dog was sick. She had
oh,
seizures. First thing I did when I got home was I cleared my house with frankincense. And now I'm not saying never use sage, but sage has a time and a place. I would use this for your daily meditation ritual. You want to offer something, you want to cleanse the air. It smells amazing and it really puts you in that mood, that alignment for meditation and going within. So you could use it as like a quick energy cleanup, if you will, or a meditation ritual. But if you need to really clear energy, please use frankincense. And I know that's not a direct answer to your question, Harley, because you asked if you need to use sage before the spray, and the answer is no. You can just use the spray directly to clear. And this is so convenient because sometimes you don't have time to smudge, you
Yes.
know, and you just need a quick I like to take this with me. So if I go to a big box store like Walmart or Target or the grocery store, and there's, sometimes you come out of those places and you feel kind of slimed, kind of yuck. I'll just quickly spray it in myself or in the car.
I do
Um,
that. I know it.
so great question. I hope I answered your question and more.
Okay. Yes. I and that's one of the reasons why I created this is to give us the information we don't have. And
Mhm.
what resonates with you, that's what you embrace. If it
Yes.
doesn't resonate with you, like she said, like water off a duck's back, you
Yeah.
just let it go. But frankincense has been popping up a lot lately for me. So to hear that
Hmm.
helped. And
Yeah.
also, frankincense is supposed to help your eyesight.
Oh, interesting. I did not know that.
If you put it in carrier oil, a couple drops, and rub it on the back of your neck, it's supposed
Hmm.
to help
Yeah.
work with your eyesight.
And I put frankincense in a lot of my oils. So this one, I Am Protected, has frankincense oil in it, as well as sandalwood, wild orange, and juniper berry. And you roll it on the outer arm, so it offers like an extra layer of physical protection. The Zeal Point chakra one we talked about, the I Am Ascending, that one has frankincense. Um, it's the three holy oils: myrrh, and Roman chamomile and spikenard. So spikenard was used by Mary Magdalene when she healed Jesus's feet. So, and Roman chamomile is the oil of enlightenment. So they're all the highest frequency oils, and also for clearing and healing and removing. So that one I consider my sacred blend, and that one is it's the pink bottle. I can go get it if you'd like.
If you want. But Kevin is asking how quick is shipping?
Where do you live, Kevin?
He's in New York.
Oh, he's in New York. Okay. If you just do the standard shipping, which is like $5, I think it'll get to you in 4 to 5 days. If you can also pay for a faster shipping option if you'd like. And I believe if you spend over 6.59 or $60, shipping is free. I don't have the banner up right now, but
Oh, you want to?
yeah, if you go in the shop, go
Okay.
in my website and then go to the shop, you can see all the oils there and all the frankincense, and I have jewelry and stuff too. But I think if you spend over $60, it's free shipping. Oh, how soon does it go out? Typically it's 1 or 2 days. If you order this week, it'll go out really fast. If you wait till next week, I'll be out of town again, and then it'll take, you know, add 4 or 5 days because I'll be gone.
Yeah.
Um,
Please get the orders in as soon as possible, and
yeah,
that way she
take
can.
advantage of first. So I would subscribe first, go to this Divine Downloads, confirm your subscription, and then you'll get a 10% off coupon for your order.
Yeah.
And then you also get $15 off for a starseed reading or a quantum energy healing. Should we talk about starseeds now? I know
Yeah.
there's some
I'm
interesting.
sure. I'm surprised that. Well, we've got time, but I'm surprised that Victor isn't more. But a lot of people needed to know the information, and your products are great. They
Oh, thank
smell
you, Cheri.
great. The energy when she goes to a market is beautiful. Everybody. So if you're in the area, what is your next market? Where are you going to be next?
I'm actually going to Pasadena, California on July 25th. for a 3-day show. It's called the Artisans, it's Colors of the Stone Artisans Market, and it's a bead and design show. So it's kind of like jewelry meets handcrafted artisan stuff. I'll be the only one there with essential oils for sure, but I'll bring all my jewelry too. I forgot to wear anything, but I make bracelets. So that's a thing of all crystal bracelets that I make. And I make these, I'll show you these. These are my newest. These are my newest designs. I call these the Wonder Woman Powerhouse crystal bracelet. And it's all clear quartz and selenite. And why is that? Well, clear quartz is the master healer. And so it comes with this big, beautiful clear quartz crystal, and then it's hugged by selenite. Selenite is an energy clearer. It also helps you connect to the angelic realms. And then the rest is all clear quartz crystal. And it's just a master healer. It's also an amplifier. It amplifies your energy. I still have my 4th of July tattoo on. my kiddo put that on me. Here's a small. So they come in small, medium, and large, and it's meant to sit kind of right on your wrist like that. Gosh, I can't get my arm.
Yeah.
So they're really high quality crystals. They're quite beautiful. This is one of the things I'll be bringing to my show. And then I make all kinds of other bracelets, and there's some necklaces on there. There's clear quartz necklaces that kind of match these, so you can get the matching set, the necklace and the bracelet.
And speaking of necklace, did you make yours?
No, I didn't make this one, but I think I'm going to start wholesaling these pendants because my friend Alex makes these. He does this beautiful wire wrap jewelry.
Yeah.
And I bought this pendant from him. It's an amethyst, a light colored amethyst that was treated with titanium. So it's got that iridescent color to it, like angel aura. So this also helps connect to the angelic realms. I work with the angels when I do my healing. My main guide is Archangel Raphael. And then I also work with Archangel Gabriel and Michael. But I also work with Isis and Hathor and a lot of the Sophia Code divine feminine energies, Mother Mary, Kuan Yin, Lady Nada. So when I work with you, I call in the ascended masters, I call in my angels, and they're really the ones who go over and do the healing on you through our requests and our intentions.
Okay.
And it's powerful work. What was that question?
Yeah, I keep putting it up. Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt yours.
That's okay.
Seeing shadows, what if that's a way that your guides or your spiritual sight is coming in? Would you still use frankincense, or does it depend if you feel negative or a positive feeling?
Great question, Harley. So shadows are not typically of the light because if a guide or a light being comes in, they're going to appear as a ball of light first. Usually, like the Syrians and the Pleiadians will come in as like an indigo blue ball of light. You might see it out of the corner of your eye, or it might zip across the room. And that's kind of how they appear to you in the beginning, not to scare you. They want to just like show themselves, more briefly. And then when they're ready and when you're ready, they may appear as a full body apparition. But shadows are typically, they're called watcher beings. So they come in and I've heard that they're assessing where you are on your spiritual level. They're kind of like reporters. They come in, they watch, and then they leave, and they're reporting back to someone. And I'm not sure who that someone is. But from my experience of doing this work, shadow beings are usually not positive. Now, some don't harm; they just observe. Whereas others, if you see like Hat Man, for example, that's really bad. You don't want to see Hat Man. So he's like a shadow with a hat on. So that would definitely require frankincense. Any shadows at all, I would use the frankincense resin and clear that out of your house. And I sell those kits on my website. You can get a small kit or and a large kit. Um,
Fade-in quartz.
I haven't heard of fading quartz. That's interesting. Interesting question. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate you.
The
Victor
wow.
says, "Wow." What is the wow?
Well, I think
Oh,
it was on the
the
quartz,
bracelet.
the bracelets. Yeah, because
Yeah.
he put that in there.
I
Yeah.
should have pulled out some of my necklaces. They're quite beautiful too. My other bracelets, they're not on the website, but since we have a few men in the chat, let me show you the ones I've done for men.
Okay.
My stuff is all very unique, by the way. These are my own designs, and I often make them kind of one of a kind. So if you order from me, know that it's not mass generated from China. So these are little chakra bracelets right here. These are the chakra symbols in Sanskrit, which comes from India. And the crystals that I chose are the colors of the chakras. So green is the heart chakra, and that's anatta. That's the symbol for the heart chakra. Yellow is the solar plexus, and that's the symbol for the solar plexus right there. And then these here, these big black ones, these are for protection, and these are kind of the men's bracelets. This one has kyanite, blue kyanite,
Oh, okay.
and obsidian, and then these three have shungite and jasper and lava beads, and it's called Terra Jasper. This one right here, but shungite is known for clearing, protection. People put it in their water to clear their water. Like it has amazing properties. It also blocks EMFs and things like that. So it's great if you have your cell phone in your hand a lot. You can wear a shungite bracelet to combat the EMFs, or a smartwatch, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Uh,
Can
yeah.
Go ahead.
Go,
You were talking
you
about
go ahead.
watches or what else? What else?
I said if you like, so a
Right.
lot of times what I'll do if I wear this smartwatch and I put
Mhm.
beads, I put amethyst on here to protect. But if you put on shungite or black obsidian, it helps block the EMFs from the smartwatch. Can be showed as feathers being getting large goosebumps.
I'm not sure what you meant by that, Victor. So
I'm
if
not sure what that means either.
yeah, so if you want to work on that just a minute, and I had Faden quartz. It warmed up in my hand at the crystal shop, but it was cold to others who touched it. I left it at someone's house, and they won't return it. It was a
Oh,
very powerful crystal for me.
oh, I'm sorry to hear that. If
Yeah.
you can't get it back, maybe you should try to get a new piece. Maybe they need it more than you. Maybe for some reason they need to heal something.
Well, she was
Um,
hoping you had some Faden quartz so that
no,
she would feel better.
I'm sorry, I don't. I haven't even heard of it, but now I'm going to go look it up
Yeah.
after this interview and see if I can see where it's from and if I can source it. I do live in Tucson, not in Tucson. I live in Arizona, um, and I do go to the gem show down in Tucson in the fall. So usually I can try to get rare crystals there. I wear citrine, Merkaba 24/7, and shungite over my thyroid. Yeah, that's awesome. Citrine is a great crystal for the solar plexus and abundance and protection. It also clears other crystals.
Your solar plex bracelet, did that have citrine in it? I was going to ask that question. Yeah.
The yellow one, this one is actually yellow selenite.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, selenite comes in a few colors. So
Yeah.
this is clear quartz and yellow selenite. All righty. So, shall we talk about starseed?
Yes, I think so.
I could
Can
talk about crystals and oils all day, you guys. So, if you want to keep on with the questions, I'm fine with that.
we might not get to readings, but let's work on the star seeds. Hopeless getting the text right. It's fine. It's fine. I don't
Feathers.
know what can be shown as feathers, but he might get right. So what are you? Oh, let's see.
What was that thyroid stone? Okay. So the thyroid, all the throat chakra stones are the blue, the lighter blue stones. So anything like blue quartz, amazonite, larimar, um, um, crazy lace agate, also known as what's it known as? Blue agate?
Blue
No,
lace.
blue
Blue
lace
lace.
agate. It has two names.
Okay.
Chalcedony. There you go.
Oh, okay.
Chalcedony is blue lace agate. This one is, what is this? Blue quartz. This is blue quartz. So this would be great for your thyroid or your throat chakra. Um, Also, aquamarine is a great
Yes.
stone for your throat chakra.
Yes.
Anything in this color family would be great for your throat chakra. Lapis also works too. I typically use lapis more for the third eye. So I like the darker, like kyanite, lapis, blue tiger's eye. Some of the darker blues I love for the third eye chakra.
Um, I'm not sure if you meant by use it against them, but if someone keeps something so personal like a crystal that belongs to you, can they use it against you? Or will the crystal keep protecting you and stop them from their actions?
Well, that person would have to know how to program a crystal. So, if they're a powerful witch or wizard or spiritual healer or something like that, where they have the knowledge of how to program a crystal, then yes, they could program it with whatever intentions they want. So, crystals are programmable.
But if
Um,
you've already programmed them,
they can clear it and reprogram it
but
because you can clear a crystal by just putting it in the sun, washing it with water or smudging it with frankincense, and then hold it in your hand and set the new intention into that crystal. So, yeah, they could reprogram it.
that doesn't mean they can attack you with it because your programming has been removed.
Well, I don't see crystals as they're not typically used in a negative way like that to attack someone. So the only way they would have to be okay, this is we're going to get dark deep. People who hold a lot of negative energy in their field are often working with dark, low frequency entities like demons, okay? Or reptilians. And when they get mad at you, it's like they direct this negative energy at you and they literally send their demons after you. So the ones who are attacking are the demons or the reptilians. They're etheric beings that we cannot see with our eyes, most of us. Some of us can. And they're the ones wreaking havoc in your life. So the best thing you can do is put up protection for yourself and block and shield that person and their demons away from you. Does that make sense? That's what we call a psychic attack.
But you can protect yourself from any of those. And with a lot of the products she has, the protection
And your intentions as
in your
well.
intentions. Yeah.
And if it sounds like maybe this person and you don't have the best relationship right now and they don't want to give you this crystal back because they probably want to hurt you and that's why they're not giving you the crystal back, I would just let it go. Release it energetically, cut cords to that crystal because it's in their domain right now. So cut cords from that crystal and get a new one. And I would even, if you're worried about your well being or your safety, get black tourmaline. Tourmaline is the best protection crystal, in my opinion. You can get a necklace, wear it around your zeal point chakra and your throat chakra, or you can get bracelets. You know, you can get the small tourmaline crystals like this and put them in your bra or your pocket. Keep one in your purse. This is a pretty good chunk right here. I will take this with me. Like if I'm doing a show and I'm exposed to a lot of people, I'll wear this in my pocket. And tourmaline not only protects you from negative energy, but it sends it back to sender. It has like a send back to sender quality to it.
Yes. Yes. Which is a great thing. And it it doesn't harm them. I mean, doesn't add your intentions to harm them. No, it just sends it back to them. Whatever
Mhm.
they send out
It's
reflects
like a
back.
shield. It's like putting up a shield and it's going to
Yeah.
bounce back.
Yeah. Came
Yeah.
up before we mentioned about archangels having goose feathers land out of the thin air. Okay, that makes
Okay. That's a great topic, Victor. Yes, those are called, it's not apparition. It's like apparition. Maybe it's apparition. I've had that happen. It's when a physical object materializes out of thin air. Are you looking it up, Julie?
Oh no, actually, uh,
Okay.
I'm typing.
So yeah, the angels will do that. They typically will drop feathers or coins, things that are important to you or meaningful for you. Feathers are great because they're so light and they don't take a lot of energy to move them in our dense reality. So feathers are often signs from archangels. Okay, I'm the rubber your glue cause clause in reality. What
Which
does
one are
that
you?
mean? Are the Nephilims considered reptilians or are still part of the light beings? So my understanding is that the Nephilims are giants that were a creation bred between the fallen angels and humans, which could have been Anunnaki, because Anunnaki look human-like, humanoid. But they were placed here on Earth and not good. So I don't think of them as reptilians, but a lot of times, you know, they're not of the light. So you can think of them as like not being of the light.
And yes, our comic relief did say the obsidian is the I'm rubber, you're glue.
Oh,
The
whatever.
reality.
What is that saying? Like, don't bounce off of me and stick to you.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
We're
So yeah,
dating ourselves. Tons of
yeah,
feathers in the last few weeks or a couple of months now. That's awesome. I get
yeah,
a lot of pigeon feathers on my doorstep.
yeah,
There was a feather on my door this morning when I went out to work. Aw, that's a sign. It's a
yeah.
gift. Get to India. We need to get to India and Egypt. There's an overflow of knowledge there. Definitely.
Where
If
was
I
that
went to
one?
India today, I would have a totally different experience, and Egypt, because I knew nothing when I went then in 2001. And, now 25 years later, I would have so many different questions
Yeah,
and experiences. That's why I want to go back.
I'm a newbie. From, oh, thank you.
Hi, Kokomo.
And thank you, Don, for
Welcome.
sending Kokomo. Um, and I guess let me put this up one more time so you guys can get to her.
Shall we talk about starseeds?
Yes.
Okay.
I, what we usually do readings, but we're going to go right into star seeds. If you do star seed readings at that time, that's fine. I'm learning so much. I love your
Okay.
products. So
I can do mini starseed readings towards like in the last half hour or something.
okay. I was going to say, Victor wants to be the first one. Just say. I'll tell you that now.
Okay. Okay. So let's talk about starseeds, shall we?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm sure many of you know this already, but I'll just speak as if none of you know anything, and feel free to put your questions in the comments. So star seeds are beings whose soul originated in another planet, star system, solar system, universe, dimension. The universe is massive, right? And we're just one universe of many, many, many universes. And um, it is believed that when God gave you your original divine spark, maybe it wasn't on earth, right? So imagine God or source energy is this big ball of light, kind of like the sun, and it shoots out these little like photons. And each one of those photons or little tiny balls of light is your spirit. And so when it shoots out your spirit to go and be embodied or reincarnated or incarnated into a physical body, it can be on Venus, Syria, one of the Syrian planets, one of the Pleiadian planet. Every time I say Sirius, Siri on my phone wakes up. It's so funny. Um, and and so you could have incarnated in a past life somewhere else. And here are the signs or symptoms of a starseed. Do you guys do you have a screen sharing?
Yes. Did you want to send me something? Or
Can I share my screen at all? Because I
not?
have like
Yeah, unfortunately,
no.
no. If you
Okay.
emailed it to me, I can add it.
Well, I
No.
have this amazing presentation and keynote
Oh,
that shows pictures of starseeds, but it's okay. Um, so where was I? Okay, yeah. So starseeds are known to be billions of years old. So if you feel like a really old soul, people tell you you're an old soul, and you feel like you've been incarnating since the dawn of time, that's a typical symptom of a starseed. Some other symptoms or signs that you might be a starseed are, you're very psychic. You have spiritual gifts that other people don't have. You're empathic. You might be an empath where you feel everything. Um, let's see what else. A lot of star seeds grow up being known or called the black sheep of the family because you're different than the rest of your family. And um, your family doesn't really understand you. And you can feel that you're different from them, and they can feel that they're different from you. And it's kind of like the elephant in the room. Like people don't always talk about it until later. So that's another common sign that you might be a starseed. Another thing is that you may be, you may have grown up in a chaotic household or a traumatic household or a dysfunctional household. Unfortunately, many starseeds come out of these chaotic childhoods because that acts as a catalyst to launch you like a catapult, launch you into your starseed mission. And starseeds chose to incarnate on earth in this lifetime in a human body because we're all here on mission. And the main mission of star seeds is to lift humanity up, to raise their consciousness and our own consciousness. And sometimes, most of the time, it has to start with your own consciousness. So you lead by example, you live by example, you raise your frequency, you heal your inner child trauma and your wounds so that you can be the best version of yourself and lead by example. And there's many, many ways that you can help heal humanity. It can be through energy healing. It can be that you're a doctor or a healer of some sort, a chiropractor, acupuncturist. It could be that you're a teacher and you work with kids and you think outside the box and you're, trying to get them to learn how to meditate for 5 minutes a day, whatever. Um, don't think of it as like, oh, I have to be this spiritual leader who sits on a stage and channels in front of thousands of people. No, it's everyone in their everyday life doing small things to lift up humanity, even if it's like, holding the door open for a senior citizen or helping her cross the street or whatever, or volunteering at a soup kitchen. Like you're doing little things to help put a smile on someone's face and lift humanity. And the more you feel called to do that, that's the other thing. A lot of star seeds feel called. There's like this calling, this pulling of like, how can I help? You know, how can I make the world a better place? You feel the injustices of Earth and humanity so strongly that you're like, man, this is so messed up. How can I help? It shouldn't be this way. We could be living in peace and harmony and love, not in war and hate and anger. We have the technology already for free energy and just better transportation, better systems, better healing tools, med beds. All of that is available to us, but it's like they're gatekeeping it. They're keeping it in the private sector. They're squashing these ideas. They're keeping humanity in this survival um, energy, right? Like we're still in scarcity and survival mindset. A lot of us are still trying to balance our root chakras because we don't feel stable, we don't feel secure, we don't know if we're going to have a roof over our head in 3 months, so we're all kept in this like survival mode by design. It's very much on purpose. And the star seeds are here to help awaken the masses. And they say that, like, I think it's 1% of humanity. If 1% of humanity awakens, it lifts up the whole population. So, don't ever think like, oh, what can I do? I'm too small. I'm just one person. Because the light that you carry in your field, in your body, is so powerful. And you could be the one person who wakes up 10 other people, 20 other people, 100 people, 1,000 people. Don't think about the numbers as, too big or too small. Just do your part and feel that calling in your heart. Now, there are star seeds that are known and unknown. So some star seeds come from the Sirius constellation. So if you know the star Sirius in the night sky, it's one of the brightest stars. It's just southwest of Orion's belt. And there's a few planets there, Sirius A, Sirius B, and one of them I like to think of as like a melting pot where many races have landed there because of galactic wars. They've had to go move and live somewhere else, so they end up on Sirius A. Sirius B is more like a watery planet. It's very much like mermaids, dolphins, whales. Um, and if you have a strong calling to the ocean, you feel like you were a mermaid in your past life, like me, you could have had a lifetime on Sirius B. And in that constellation, there used to be a planet called Mintanka, which was also a watery planet. And so we have starseeds from Mintanka who were like of the mermaid realms, and they feel a strong like longing. They miss their home deeply because it was so beautiful and it had this like crystalline water that could heal you. And it was like, it's not like our water here where it's all polluted and murky. And, it was like clear, pristine, and it was a source of healing for them. So a lot of Mintonkans miss their home planet because it was destroyed by a malevolent race. And a lot of them have reincarnated on Earth. Um, let's see, there's star seeds from the Pleiades, which is a 7-star cluster called the Seven Sisters. And the Pleiadians work closely with humanity. A lot of people say that they kind of help feed us here on Earth. and they look the most humanoid. They're typically Caucasian looking, but there's dark-haired Pleiadians, and they are on the taller side, like 6, 7 feet tall, and they live in the fifth and sixth dimension. They're higher dimensional beings because they've already gone through their ascension. So they're trying to help us go through our ascension as well. Let's see. There are Polarians who come from the star Polaris, the North Star. There are Andromedans who come from the Andromeda galaxy. There are Arcturians who come from the star Arcturus, and they're very high dimensional, ninth, 10th, 11th dimensional beings that are very evolved. They're very far along in their ascension timeline, and they're also here working with humanity, and they have ships stationed outside of our planet to monitor the situation here, as well as the Pleiadians and others. And the Arcturians are all about unconditional love. They're master healers, and they're very good in like science and math and technology, but also matters of the heart. So they have a nice blend of wisdom, science, technology meets the heart. Everything, it's not like two separate. On Earth, humans like to label everything, and we like to put things in buckets. And this stays over here, and that stays over here. Everything is compartmentalized. If you think about the government and how it works, the left hand doesn't know what the right hand's doing because everything is compartmentalized and everything is separate. And in other nations, star races, it's not that way. Everything is integrated, and love, technology, wisdom, it's all integrated. Things aren't as separated as it is here on Earth. Another thing I want to say about star seeds is that in the 5 years that I've been doing these readings, it's become really clear to me that we are not one type of starseed. So again, people like to identify with something. They want to go, I'm Syrian, I'm Lyran, I'm Pleiadian. But please be open to the fact that you're probably all of those things and more. Because think about it, if your soul is 15 billion years old, you're going to have reincarnated over and over and over again, and you've probably had lifetimes in different star systems. Um, and does that mean that doesn't mean that your soul origination point isn't from one place in particular? So you can be a Lyran soul origin who then later incarnated on the Pleiades or Venus or Earth. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of different most people have at least, I don't know, 5 to 10 lifetimes in different star systems, unless, like, let's say you're Arcturian and you have like this very specific mission. You're maybe a leader in the army, in their what we would call military. Then maybe you keep reincarnating as an Arcturian because you have a very specific life path or mission. Um, but most of us have had multiple lifetimes. So I'll share about myself, and then it will be a great example to you guys for how you can be multiple things. So my original point, my soul origin point is ancient Lyran. So the ancient Lyrans were known for creating a lot of species alongside God and the archangels. They were master blueprint geneticists. So they created the Lyran feline beings, they created the Lyran blue avian beings, and they created a lot of other beings. So the ancient Lyrans were some of the oldest and original beings out there. And then as you guys have probably heard about the Great Lyran Draconian Wars, the Lyran the planet Avalon got destroyed. The star was called, was it Vega? The star was called Vega, the planet was called Avalon, and it got destroyed. And so many of the Lyrians had to flee and go live on other planets. So they went to Sirius, they went to the Pleiades, they went to, wherever people would have them. And that's when then they would start reincarnating as those other species in their next lifetimes. And also keep in mind that these beings that are in these higher dimensional realms, they live to be like 1,000 years old. So, we think of like, oh, one lifetime is 80 years or 100 years, but no, it's like 1,000 for them. So you could have had, 5,000 years as a Lyran and then 5,000 years as a Pleiadian. Let's see, what else? What other tidbits should I share that's important? It would be great to know if you guys have heard of the Lyran and the Draconian wars. So the Draconians are known as a malevolent race. The Draconian galaxy spans great distances in the cosmos. So if you think about the outer space, the Draconian constellation is so huge that it touches like one end of the galaxy over here and one end of the galaxy over there. And they're known as a conquering race. So they could spread out and they like to go and conquer other races, and they will use their resources. They'll take over the planets. They'll take the water, the gold, the whatever resources they need. And the reason for that is because they cut themselves off from source many, many, many millennia ago. So they cut themselves off from source energy. So they can't derive energy from source. They have to take from others. So when you are in a vertical alignment and you're receiving energy from source, it's coming in this way, right? Down through the crown chakra. But when you're cut off from source, you're pulling in energy horizontally this way. So you're like, take from other beings. And that's kind of what they did. And that's why they're known as, a conquering malevolent race, because they go and take. And that's kind of what they've done throughout history, and that's why there were so many galactic wars. And from them derived the reptilians. So the Draconians and the reptilians are different, and there are different reptilian species. There's some that live here on planet Earth. They've lived here underground for thousands of years. And I would say that those are the ones probably, ruling a lot of things on this planet. Now let's talk about dragons, because dragons, okay, so there's a constellation called Draco in the, on our charts of the stars. And I believe that the like I said, it's so huge. The dragons also came from Draco, that constellation. But my understanding is, because it's always been a question for me as a healer, I work with dragons. I know a lot of other people who work with dragons in a positive way. And I'm like, how does this work? How do we have draconians and dragons and they're from the same place, but some are good and some are bad? And, because we as humans like to label everything as either good or bad. My understanding is that the dragons were some of the original creator beings. They helped create planets, galaxies, and so forth. And just like us having fallen angels, they had fallen dragons. So some of the dragons that fell from their society became the draconians. And they're the malevolent versions of dragons, if that makes sense. So they are healers. I work with some dragons that heal and have a lot of light and positivity. And they're ancient beings. I think they're the original beings alongside the archangels. That was a lot of information. Does anyone have any questions? Are you muted?
Sorry, I was taking care of Facebook and other difficulties behind the scenes. So yes, there are a lot of people waiting for Starseed readings. I know that Victor, like I said, wanted to be first.
Does anyone
Uh,
have any questions about any of that? That was a lot of information.
yeah. Well, they had a lot of my dragons cruise by me in my dreams. Golden Dragon was looking at me, laughing and laughing. She was laughing in the picture I took. Um, so okay. Yes, Kevin, I have you down as well.
Julian, 40 years old. Victor says he feels like he's 1,000 years old. Yeah.
Well, maybe 1,000 lifetimes old, but I don't know about 1,000 years old.
Well, his each lifetime could be 1,000 years too.
That's true too.
The moon is a different station with different stars,
Okay.
including humans, similar central headquarters for all of the UN galaxies. I do think that we have what's called the Galactic Federation, and we have the Galactic Federation of Light, two different organizations. And I do think that a lot of these star nations are using the moon as a meeting place to monitor activity on Earth with humanity. We've been using the moon and going to the moon for many, many years, and it's not an organic planet, you know, object. It's a made object. It's like a hollow satellite that they can drive and move and turn and all of that. So I also think that they use it as a satellite to emit signals to Earth when they want to stir up a particular emotion in the collective, like fear or whatever. Um, so, yeah, I do think that we need to still honor the moon in the sense that, it affects our tides and it affects our bodies because we're mostly made of water, but we also need to like call back our power from the moon and not like worship it in any way. If that makes sense.
And Kevin was, how did you find this stuff out? Did you get it all at once? Okay, I get
Did all that come to you at once? How did you get that info? Which info? All of that?
that.
No, I've been on this journey since 2012, and I went down the rabbit hole. I was telling Julie in 2013 because a friend of mine said that she had implants in her spine from aliens, and I was like, "What? Come on!" And she was like, "No, really." And imagine your best friend tells you something that's so far outlandish, but you believe them because you believe everything else they've said in their life. And you're like, oh my God, I have to go down. I have to find out if this is true or not. So I went down many, many, many rabbit holes and started learning about life on other planets, about ETs, contact experiences, um, aliens, all the different types of aliens, the dark, what's it called? The deep space program. I've had my own contact experiences. I had a 90-minute contact experience in Mount Shasta in 2018. There's a video up on my YouTube channel that you can go watch. It's not 90 minutes. It's like a few minutes. It's like 8 minutes, I think. But we saw a mothership take off from Mount Shasta and it was headed in this trajectory. And then we saw like 6 or 10 other smaller ships follow it, and they all took off in the same trajectory. So it was like a fleet of ships leaving the mountain. That was pretty cool. And then come to find out at the end of it, there was this thing like hovering above us the whole time, and we just thought it was a star. But I took a picture of it and later on noticed that it wasn't a star, it was a ship or some kind of celestial being. It was like an orb. Because when you look at the photo, it's like, that's not a star. So we were being watched. We were being monitored as we were watching them.
Did it have a certain color to it, or?
Mhm. It was like a yellowish color,
Wow.
and then it had this weird pattern that looked like a fossil, or like, those bugs, those pill bugs, they have like those weird, or like a tortoise shell pattern. It had this like weird pattern to it.
Well, I don't know how long your Starseed um, readings take, but we have about a half an hour.
Okay.
So,
So, typically I do starseed readings. Like if I'm doing a private one-on-one starseed reading with you, it's an hour and a half. And I'll read like your top 3 origins. So 3 different places you've had the most predominant lifetimes, and then I'll go into the different qualities of each type of starseed, and then I'll read which archangels are working with you, which ascended masters are working with you. Sometimes I'll read like your divine virtues, which divine virtues you've mastered in this lifetime and which ones you're still working on. It's like a whole bunch of information. It's a lot of fun actually, and you get a recording and you get the notes that I take, like a transcribed notes thing. So if anyone wants to sign up for a full starseed reading, it's a lot of fun, and it activates something in you. And a lot of people say like their life was never the same after, because all these things, it's like you come online, you come on mission, and you start to better understand why you're here on Earth in this timeline. Um, but for today, what I could do is just quickie reading. So I'll ask your higher self where your original divine spark was born, if you want to know that. And then I can just do one lifetime for people. That way we can get to more people, if that makes sense.
yes.
Well, I guess it depends how many people want starseed readings. You guys should put in the comments, like in all caps, I would
Actually,
like a starseed reading, and then that way we can go
I have
through.
them pinned, um, the ones who did. Victor, the first one, then I have Play, Love, Remember, Kevin, Harley, Michelle, and Kokomo. Those are the ones that I have right now.
Okay, so that was like 5 people, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, so we'll just do one
six, total of six.
lifetime so we can get through 6 people.
Okay.
Does anyone have any questions before we get into the readings? Yeah, Mount Shasta is a big hotspot. I've also heard Sasquatch there. I was up at Panther Meadows. Was it Panther Meadows? Bunny Flats? I think it was Bunny Flat. And we were just walking through the snow, and we heard the knocking on the tree, because they say they knock on trees with sticks. We heard that, and then we heard like a growl.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was pretty clear. Me and my husband looked at each other like, "Did you hear that? I heard that." So yeah, it's a very magical place.
I've been up near that. I haven't been to the mountain itself, but to the little town Shasta. I've been there.
Hmm. Yeah, the town is special as well, but if you can get up on the top of the mountain where Panther Meadows is, it's the most magical spot.
Definitely.
Yes, I'm watching Skinwalker Ranch right now. I'm on season 4. I'm addicted because I watched it like 2 years ago when it first came out, and then they took a long break, and then I didn't even know there was like 3 new seasons added. So I'm trying to catch up.
Okay.
I'm not sure where I traveled after series. Please, gold is a major theme of energy. Oh, interesting.
Gold
Yeah,
is gold.
gold is a very high frequency energy.
And to me, gold reminds me of Sirius A and Goddess Isis. So,
The enlightened ones,
yes.
the Elohim, they appear as gold. The shining ones, they're called also. Okay, so who's going first? Victor?
Victor, yes.
Okay, so Victor Cedarholm, do I have permission to tap into your energy, please?
I'm surprised he's not. Yes. Quick. So quick. Victor.
He
I know
wrote, "No,
there's
I do
delays.
so," but that was a while ago. I don't think that was new.
He did post. He did say he wanted a reading.
Yes, I'm ready. Okay,
Okay.
awesome, perfect. Okay, Victor, so do me a favor, close your eyes and take a deep breath in, breathing down into your lower belly, feeling your belly rise and fall. And exhale through the mouth. And let's do that 2 more times. Deep breath in. Exhale through the mouth. And one more deep breath in. Exhaling. I am activate the divine presence of Cheri Arellano. I am activate the divine presence of Victor Cedarholm. Connecting in to your higher self, creating a rainbow bridge from myself to yourself. Calling in your Starseed family. So first and foremost, we want to ask if Victor is in fact a starseed and what his original divine spark origination point is. Do I have divine permission to proceed at this time? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, thank you. Okay, so is Victor in fact a starseed? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, please show me his original soul origination point. Victor, you are an ancient Lyran, kind of like the one I mentioned that I am also. So that's pretty awesome. So the ancient Lyrans are um, some of the oldest beings around. They're master geneticists. They had a hand in creating the Lyran feline beings as well as the avian beings and many other beings. They appear as almost just all light because they don't have to be in a physical body. There's pictures of them on my website, but they have like blue glowing eyes and they're almost like just pure white, like all white hair, white light, white beings. So if you ever see an image like that in your mind's eye when you're meditating, those could be your ancient Lyran starseed family coming in to work with you. And now that you know, the next time you meditate, you can say, I call in my ancient Lyran starseed family. Please come in and surround me with your love and light. And please give me any wisdom that I need to fulfill my mission here on earth. So thank you, thank you, thank you. There you have it, Victor. That was just a mini taste of my work so that I can help others. I know Skinwalker Ranch is on its 6th season. I'm excited that I still have, 2 more seasons to get through. Okay, so is Play Love Remember the next one, Julie? If you guys want to put that you want a starseed reading in the top, in the comments, I can just go in that order. So, Victor, also, I disconnect from your energy, sending your energy back to you, whole, healed, and completed. Thank you, thank you, thank you for letting me tap in. I hope that's helpful. It sounds like you already knew. Okay. Julie, are you still there? I'm just going to do Play Love Remember.
Yes.
Is he next? Is he or she next?
Yes. Play Love is next if she's here.
Okay, Play Love,
Yep,
can you
she's
please put your full name in the chat? Or is Kevin next?
No, Play Love is next, and then Kevin is afterwards.
Okay. Play Love, I just need to know your real name, love.
And if you don't want to put your first name, if it's a middle name or whatever name you go by, please.
You could put your first name and like your last initial if you don't want to put your full name, but a real name would be good.
I do like your name online. And we are strapped for time, so please post that as soon as possible. Otherwise, we have to go to Kevin. Here.
Okay, there she is. Thank you, Robin. Nice to meet you officially. Kevin Rohr. Okay, Robin, thank you so much for being interested. So, again, just take 3 deep breaths in with me. We're going to breathe in through the nose, exhale. Another deep breath in. Connecting in to your divine self, connecting in to your higher self, feeling all parts of you come back into the heart center, feeling more collected and centered. Do I have your divine permission to tap into your higher self, Robin? I am activate the divine connection to Cheri Arellano. I am activate the divine connection to Robin Rosser. We want to know her original soul point origins, calling in her starseed families, calling in her higher self, and creating a beautiful rainbow bridge from my higher self to yours. Our first question today is Robin in fact a starseed? Or actually, our first question is it divine and advisable to move forward? Yes. Okay. Is she in fact a starseed? Yes or no? Yes. Okay. Please show me her original divine spark, where her soul origins hail from. Okay. I'm getting Anunnaki. So the Anunnaki come from the planet Nibiru, supposedly. They're very ancient beings. They had a great hand in helping Earth civilizations get set up during the times of Atlantis and ancient Egypt. Isis also is known to have had connections to the Anunnaki. They have a lot of ancient wisdom that they've imparted here. And I know that there's like some negative connotations out there about the Anunnaki, but there's also good uh, the Anunnaki. They're not all bad, just like all, Pleiadians are not good and not all Pleiadians are bad. So just like humans, all races have positive beings and negative beings. There's many Anunnaki starseeds on Earth right now who are trying to heal the planet and heal the past, and also, I don't know if you ever saw that movie V, that show V, but there were good reptilians and bad reptilians, and the good ones were trying to like make amends for what the other ones had done. But you have a lot of ancient wisdom in your field. You have a great connection to ancient Egypt. So if you feel called to go there, I would probably look into that more deeply. And your mission here on Earth is to lift humanity's consciousness. And I wish I could show pictures, but you can Google the Anunnaki. You can Google images of Isis, Thoth. They were from Sirius, but they worked closely with the Anunnaki when they were setting up a lot of the ancient civilization things here, like, waterways and architecture and teachings and stuff like that. So you might even be drawn to teaching, education, science, archaeology, ancient history, stuff like that would be of interest to you. So again, when you meditate, you can work with your starseed family and call them in and ask them for any, innate wisdom that needs to be activated or any information that they need to share with you to help you along in your ascension timeline on Earth at this time. So I hope that resonates with you, Robin. Let me know. And thank you so much for allowing me to do this reading for you, sending your energy back to you whole, healed, and complete.
And oops, who's the next one on here? Kevin. Kevin is next, right? I have helper on this too. Okay.
Hi, Katie. Welcome.
Somebody came in. Okay.
Awesome. Okay, Kevin. Hi again. Thank you for wanting a starseed reading. Okay, so let's just take 3 deep breaths in, Kevin. I assume I have your divine permission to tap into your energy. Call back all parts of yourself into the center of your heart. With each breath, feeling yourself coming back fully, more grounded, more centered into your heart chakra. Connecting to your higher self, creating a divine rainbow. Is it divine and advisable to read Kevin's star origins today? Yes. Okay. Is Kevin in fact a starseed? Yes or no? Yes. Okay. Please show us his original divine spark when God created his soul. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. You are a Pleiadian, Kevin. Does that resonate with you at all? It was going between Polarian and Pleiadian, but I think it was definitely Pleiadian. So Pleiadians are, as I said before, they're closely aligned with humanity, and they kind of see us as their children, and they're here to awaken us and help us go through this ascension. They're 5th, 6th, 7th dimensional beings. They can appear in human form as Caucasian looking, tall, blue eyes, blonde hair, but also dark-haired Pleiadians live here. The cool thing about Pleiadians that I love is that you are a transmuter of negative energy. So Pleiadians have like one job here on Earth, and that is to transmute negative energy. You don't need to be a healer. You don't need to be a psychic. All you do is walk into a room and you have the light codes within your field where you're already shifting the energy. So you might find that you're a peacekeeper in your family. Maybe you were the one to stop people from arguing, bickering. You always wanted to be the middle, voice of reason. People might confide in you. Strangers will walk up to you and just start telling you their problems, or you're kind of like the shoulder to lean on in the family. And that's because when they open up to you, they are you're transmuting that negativity for them. A lot of Pleiadians are gentle souls. They're more quiet, standoffish, that kind of hang out in the background and just observe other people. At a social event, you're not going to be the life of the party. You're going to be kind of in the background just watching. But yeah, your main mission here is to lift humanity and to transmute darkness. So you don't even have to try. You just have to walk into the room. Does that resonate with you, Kevin, at all? Sounds are calls. Not sure what that means. That's funny. Sounds like Victor and Kevin are friends.
Well, they know each other online
Okay.
through our different ones. Yeah, still having difficulties with Facebook, but keep testing.
Okay. He said yes, thank you. Okay.
There he goes. Okay.
So, Kevin, when you meditate, or if you meditate, or if you walk, like walking can be a meditation, right? Just start to reach out to your Pleiadian starseed family. Just say, I want to reach out to my Pleiadians. Please come in, give me a sign, give me a signal that you're here. Again, they might come in as blue, indigo blue orbs. You might see, little tiny orbs flashing around. You might see them when your eyes are closed in your meditation. You might feel the chills or tingles or like someone's touching you, but just reach out to them and see if you can get a response from them and ask them to help you get on mission for the rest of your incarnation here on Earth. So there you have it. Thank you so much for allowing me to tap into your energy, Kevin. I send your energy back to you, whole, healed, and completed. Disconnecting. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. I do meditate and walk. Awesome. That's a perfect time to connect with them. There are a lot of people who can't sit and meditate, and that's okay. There's many different ways to meditate.
And we have next, sorry, I love the background right now because things aren't working properly, but we're working on it. Okay, Harley's next.
Okay.
And Harley, did you say that you have given permission? I think you did, but I don't remember.
Who said I will reach out for a full reading? Kevin. Yeah, that would be awesome. I would love to. Did the Pleiadian resonate with you, Kevin? Me and Kevin been calling a lot on Facebook from Collective.
And Harley and Jess and yes.
Uh-oh, my whole comments thing went away and it says reload. Something went wrong trying to
Don't reload. Don't reload. If you do, you'll lose everything.
I did.
You did reload? Oh yeah, you'll lose everything when it
I
did it.
lost everything. I lost you
Sorry
guys.
about that. I know.
That was St. Teresa's The Little Flowers motto. It's the little things we do. As long as things are done with love and they elevate the energy. Yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you, Harley. Okay, who's next, love? Is it Harley?
It's Harley. Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Harley. Okay, so you ready? So I assume I have your divine permission to tap into your energy. So just take 3 deep breaths with me and start to feel more centered and grounded, calling in your energy back to you. So breathing in through the nose. Exhale. Another deep breath in. Tapping into Harley's energy. I forgot to get your last name, but I think I'll be okay. So tapping into Harley, we want to know her original divine spark and her soul origins. Is it divine and advisable to give her a reading now? Yes. Okay. Is Harley in fact a starseed? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, awesome. Please show me her original divine spark, her soul origination point. Okay, hold on. I have to go to a different chart because you're not on my main chart. Is it this chart? Is Harley your real name? Okay. I think we finally have an answer. It really took its time. Sonia. Okay. that could be why. See, if I don't have your real name, it's harder to connect. Okay, Sonia. Tapping into Sonia. Please show me her soul origins. Is Sonia in fact a starseed? Yes or no? Yes. Okay. Try a different chart. It's having a really hard time reading you. You could be from another galaxy, which is like not on my charts. And that happens. And if that happens, I may not be able to tell you any information other than what you are. Sonia. What is Sonia? Calling in Sonia's starseed family. Please come in and circle around her close. We want to know her original divine spark. Can it be known at this time? Okay, well, it's saying Syrian now. I'm definitely having a harder time connecting to your energy. Sirius, the dog star, which is the constellation Sirius. I'm also Syrian. So the Syrians are actually a pretty common starseed here on Earth. And they're here definitely to lift humanity up. The Syrians are like, if you think of the military, they're like the army. You know, there's like the army, navy, whatever, Marines, Air Force. They're kind of like the army. They're the boots on the ground. Syrians are the light warriors on the planet. They're very psychic. They love everything woo woo. They're into like magic, Merlin, astronomy, astrology, tarot, anything woo woo, they want to know. They want to like soak it up. But they're also like, they have a strong calling for justice. So they're very much justice oriented. They like fairness, balance, equality, and they also like rooting for the underdog. So those are some traits of Syrians, and they're great healers. So if you're not a healer, you could become a healer, or you could become a psychic, or anything using your intuitive gifts. Syrians are very intuitive. They're very empathic. And let me see if you're Series A or Series B. Is she from Series A or Series B? You could have had incarnations on both, but I'm getting Series A for you, which I think of as like a melting pot planet. There's lots of different looking races there. Think of like Miami, where you've got everyone from the Caribbean, South America, New York, like everyone is there. That's kind of what I think of for Sirius A. But yeah, I hope that resonates with you. You guys got to see firsthand why it's important that I get your full name. Because if I don't have it, sometimes the reading can be a little bit wonky. And that's just one lifetime. You could have other lifetimes that are not Syrian. You could have other lifetimes that are, in other galaxies or planets or star systems. So that's why I encourage you all to get a full reading so you can get more information on your star origins, your past incarnations. Yeah, I don't have the chat at all anymore.
No, I did that one time, and I was directing, and so to lose it completely is like, oh no.
Yeah, that's a problem. If I refresh my browser, will it come back or will it kick me out of the live?
I have no, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. It is 10 o'clock. So if you want to end it, that's fine. Because of the problems. I mean, I've been having stuff in the background too. It, of course, for those of you who think about it, it is Mercury retrograde, at least the
Is it?
pre-shadow. So,
When did it start? I wasn't aware.
um, I think it's about a week ago.
Okay.
So we haven't been into it that long. So we've got another week before it's full. And then, yeah. And then, of course, the post shadow, we love all of that stuff.
Well, that's great.
So,
'Cause I'm Gemini, so I'm ruled by Mercury.
and Mercury is in Leo, which is my sun. So to me, that's pretty significant too. So
Mhm.
I feel it. I mean, I like Mercury. It usually doesn't cause a problems, but yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't usually cause problems for me either.
Um,
Okay.
we've
Well,
got
I
one,
I want
two,
to disconnect from Harley, but I just wanted to ask, did she comment at all or say if that resonated with her?
yes. She did say, she was saying, thank you. It resonates.
Okay,
Uh,
awesome.
yes, true. Okay. And
Thank you,
Play Love
Harley.
was talking about it too.
Sending your energy back to you, whole, healed, and complete. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, who did you say, Julie?
We've got Michelle, Kokomo, Jess, and Katie. Those are the ones still here. But we can end it now. I'm not sure the next time we'll have you on, but I mean, we could do a live some other time.
Yeah, I'm happy to do another live. You guys are welcome to follow me on TikTok, where I also do Starseed readings on live sometimes, like mini ones like this. And as a reminder, if you book a full session, you get $15 off right now. And you get all my freebies as well. There's three freebies on my Divine Download site or page. Make sure you confirm your subscription. Check that email. Sometimes it goes into spam or promotions or newsletters. So once you confirm, then you'll get access to the Divine Downloads, all the freebies.
Okay. I'm not
Yeah.
sure. July 17th. I'm reading some of these others and not sure. Unfortunately, can't do that today. But when are you on TikTok next?
I typically go live on Wednesday nights around 7 or 8 Mountain Standard Time. So tonight I'll be going live, hopefully.
Okay.
I've got a sick dog and 2 sick kids. So anything could happen at any time, but if you follow me on TikTok, I do send out updates, letting people know when I'm going to go live.
So please take a picture of that TikTok QR code. That way you can get a hold of her today. I want to remind you that Angie and Don most likely will be on this evening, 6 p.m. ish Mountain Standard Time. Tomorrow is Don and Shauna, Naturally Divine Goddess Tarot and Sonoran Mystic Tarot. Tomorrow morning, and there is she, and it's between 10 and 11 ish start time, Eastern Daylight Time. Eastern Daylight Time, not Mountain Standard, Eastern Daylight Time. I will be back on Friday with Scott, and that'll be my last for a week because I'm going to Baltimore. Bonnie and Bonnie and Sarah will be on Friday Night Live, happy hour from, what time did they say? I think it's 6 to 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, um, doing readings. And on Saturday, Susan will not be on. Sunday, Jess and Bonnie, 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Miss Angie, I'm not sure if you're going on Sunday, and that would be around 3 p.m. ish if they're on. Cheri Beery and Miss Angie. Monday, Claudine will be on 5:22 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and I'm not sure
Do,
the rest of the week.
sorry. Do you have a web page with all of your events
Not
scheduled?
yet. We keep thinking about it. I'm just going to start posting them, the
Or
whole events.
or Facebook on your Facebook page?
I will be posting
Okay.
them. I keep thinking about it. Now I have to do it, and I've come up with ways to do it. So we'll get it done.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, that's finalized. But yes, we have a lot of people in our community, and I would like to add you to that. So whenever I can get your schedule, that would be
Mhm.
great. I will get on TikTok and do that. Sherry's now doing readings.
Yeah, I would love to. Um,
Oh, that's fine.
what was I gonna say? Oh, my email address is info@Divine Light Code. So if anyone has any questions, you can email me at info@divinelightcodes.com, or you can go on my website and there's a contact me form as well.
Is it
Um,
code singular or plural?
Plural codes.
Okay, I want to make sure I typed it in right.
Okay.
That one? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So it'll just be A5 says on Sunday nights. It should be live tonight with Dawn. Okay, good, good, good. And then when you're after Dawn, then hopefully Cherie will be on and doing, uh, yes, Starseed readings on TikTok. So that would be great for those of you who missed it today.
Yeah, they're not always free on TikTok, but I do charge like a nominal fee, like $30 or something, because
Okay.
a full session's like 133, so you get just like a mini quick reading as well
Well,
on
we
TikTok. But if you want a full session, I'll tell you about your which ascended masters are working with you, which archangels are working with you. Most starseeds have an archangel assigned to them at birth, because you come here on mission, So, like, my archangel is Archangel Raphael, and I'll go into like your divine virtues and which ones you've mastered in this lifetimes, which ones you're still working on, which is a lot of fun. And yeah, so it's a lot of fun. I encourage everyone to check that out, and if it's works for you to sign up for a full reading. I'll be available. Um, not at all next week, but possibly uh, a little bit this week, and then the week after, I'll have more openings in my schedule.
great, great, and I'm glad I caught you when you were available. I really appreciate you coming on. You've really helped a lot of us out. As you see, they're very active, and the
Yeah,
viewers,
you have a great audience.
yeah, the community is great. we call ourselves the collective because, I mean, we help each other out. A lot of things come and go, so it's nice to see a lot of steady people, and they bring in more people.
That's awesome.
Oh,
I wish I could see the comments. I can't see the comments now. So I'm going to hop into your YouTube. Now I can see
okay.
the comments on
Okay,
YouTube.
there you go.
Ah,
Yeah, they've been very active.
share. Is she talking about a different Cheri?
Yeah, Cheri Beery. Yeah,
Okay.
she used to go on Sunday afternoons with A5 Says. So
Cheri with an S.
yes,
Okay. Thank you, Harley. I hope that resonated with you, and you're so welcome. I hope that was fun. Thank you guys. You guys have a lot of energy and a lot of positive energy, small but mighty crowd. I love it. Thank you. Thank
and
you.
Cherie has been asked to come to the Tuesday night class. So if she wants to, she will contact Dawn and come in anytime you want.
Oh, thank
Harley,
you.
Kevin, uh, Jess sometimes, A5 Says is there. Yeah, most of the people
I
on
need
here.
to put that on my calendar. So it's Tuesday nights at 7?
6 to 8 p.m.
Oh,
Mountain
6
Standard.
to 8
And
Arizona time.
we will not, for all of you, just a reminder, we will not have class next Tuesday unless Miss A5 Says decides to facilitate the class. And it's totally up to her because the rest of us will be in Baltimore. So looking
Okay,
forward.
awesome. And that's the one where you email advice at Mystic Tarot, SonoranMysticTarot.com to get
Correct.
on the list, right?
Right. And he will send you the Zoom link for that.
Okay. And the next one will be July 15th?
20,
No,
no,
22nd.
21st. 22nd?
22nd.
Oh, Tuesday.
Tuesday.
You're right. I was
Yeah.
looking at Monday for some reason. Okay, 22nd. Yeah. 2 weeks from yesterday.
All right. I'm going to put it in my
Thank you so
calendar.
much. And I will say goodbye to you and hold on just a minute. And thank you guys so much for coming in today and being and participating. We really appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, let me
Yeah,
just,
thank you everyone for all the great questions and for being interested in readings. That was a lot of fun to be able to do those for you guys, like on the fly.
thank you. Have a great one. I will see you Friday or tonight.